We are at the corner of Kennedy Park and Holyoke, Massachusetts. We're going to have 4 stops each at a different corner of this beautiful park, but the first corner is a church. And I'll tell you about the history of this church. It's the Methodist Episcopal Church, started in 1853 in Holyoke, but it started down in any area on Main Street. I haven't figured out quite where on Main Street, but by 1868 it was definitely on Main Street near the corner of Appleton. And then it moved up, 1890, it moved up to the corner of Elm and Appleton Street at where it's now basically a parking lot, and it's sandwiched in between Circle K, McDonald's, the Winship building, and then the Yorgel garage. And so it used to be a church down there. But they decided to build a mission church, a church that would be for people up here that didn't want to walk all the way downtown. So this is the Highlands Methodist Episcopal Church, started in 1886. And for 40 years it was used as their church in this location. And that 40-year span, they grew and grew larger, and so it became an independent group. And so they had true churches, Methodist Episcopal churches in Holyoke. And this, by 1926, they decided, oh, we're not going to keep growing up here. They decided to move down to another neighborhood, and they did, and they unified with someone else. But you got a great view from the side, from the park side, but we're going to walk over. Now you see the front side. So you can see it now at 76 Lincoln Street before we were on Holyoke Street, and this church is very visible here as being a true church. It's got a steeple and probably had a bell in there one time, of course. And if you go inside, it looks just like a cozy little small church. And I've been in there before. They had an altar. They have stained glass windows all around it. The stained glass windows have, for the most part, been taken out and stored in the basement of this same building. So for 40 years it was Methodist Episcopal Church. In 1926 they sold it to a Christian Science group. So it became a part of the Christian Science religion, which is the only religion ever started in Massachusetts. And this religion operated out of this building from 1926 probably to the late 1980s. So over 60 years the Christian Scientists were here. And they used it to great effect because a lot of people joined this congregation. Now, we're going to walk down one house and I'll show you. I'll show you number 72 Lincoln Street. This is the parsonage that belonged to the Methodist Episcopal Highlands Mission Church, and they used it for many decades. When they did sell to the Christian Scientists in 1926, this house then it came with it. So at that point, 1926 onwards, it became a private home. But you can see it's a very beautiful house. I think it might have been changed over to aluminum siding, so I can't tell you the style of Victorian home, but it has a unit, and we'll look, we can see both of them together. At the unit, they look like a nice grouping, but you can see the fence in between now. They're trying to surround the church with the wrought iron fence, and the Christian Scientists probably did that because they knew that this parsonage wouldn't come with the deal. But you can see the side of that beautiful Methodist Episcopal Church. The whole thing is gorgeous, and most people don't even realize the church until you stop and look at the windows, the Gothic windows, and the large side and front windows, and the steeple itself. They just think it's a very extravagant Victorian home, but it's not, and it was never built to be such. It was built to be a church. So thank you for coming on this stop.